Welcome to another video session. This is Unit 4. We will look into the combinational logic circuits. So what are combinational logic circuits? That means you combine the logic circuits to make some functionality, to implement some functionality. That is what is called as combinational logic circuit. So here you will be using the logic gates. It can be the basic gates or the universal gates. Which are the universal gates? Okay, we will get back to that. Keep your answers ready. All right. So what we will be looking in this unit 4, we have to study the basic theorems and properties of Boolean algebra. So there are some postulates and theorems in the Boolean algebra. What is Boolean algebra? It is the binary algebra. All right. It was proposed or invented by George Boole. Then we will represent the Boolean algebra in standard forms or the canonical forms. And we will be looking into the different logic gates, and we will look into how we can minimize or reduce the Boolean functions by using the map method. How we can reduce, that is what we will be looking into by using the map method. Then we will also use the simplification by using the POS or the product of sums. And we will also look into the don't care conditions, how we can use these don't care conditions and take advantage for reducing the Boolean equations. Next, we will look into the NAND and NOR. As you can guess it, they are the universal gates. So how they can be implemented and how NAND and NOR can be used to realize all other gates. We can also look into that. Then we can look into what is this XOR function and some application of this XOR function. And we can look into some of the combinational logic circuits such as binary adders, binary subtractors, decimal adders, and multipliers, magnitude comparator, decoders, encoders, and multiplexers. So these are many of the operations or the logic circuits we will be looking into. Next, let us look into the basic theorem and the properties of algebra. That is the Boolean algebra. So the postulates and theorems of Boolean algebra. What are postulates? Postulates are proposed. So there are no proof for that. It is widely accepted. Next, theorems, we can have the proof. We can derive the proof for that. All right, the first postulate is here. The plus indicates the OR operation, not the addition operation. All right, so here we will call it as Boolean operator. So that is a Boolean operator called OR operation. So x ORed with 0 is x. And if you extend it to the multiplication, so this is the multiplication, so that is x. And here we call that as AND operation. X and 1 is x. So when you OR x with a 0, you will get x. And when you AND x with 1, you will get x. So if you come to this a here, if x is 1, so 1 or 0 is 1. If x is 0, then 0 or 0 is x. So therefore, the OR operation here depends on the value of x. Similarly, if you come here, if x is 0, 0 and 1 is 0. So that means the AND operation takes the value of x here. And 1 is 1. So therefore, the 1 does not have in the output. So it depends upon what is the value of x. So therefore, so this is what we call the postulate. This is the OR postulate, and this is for the AND postulate. All right. So the second postulate is x ORed with x complement is equal to 1. So if x is 1, x complement is 0. So 1 or 0 is 1. If x is 0, x complement will be 1. So 0 or, if x is 0, x complement will be 1. So 0 or 1 will be equal to 1. So similarly, if we extend this to the AND operation, x and x complement is 0. So 0 ORed with any variable. Now here if you treat in the from the second postulate, 0 ORed with any variable will be the variable itself, and 1 ANDed with any variable will be that variable value. Any variable ORed with its complement will be equal to 1, and any variable ANDed with its complement will be equal to 0. So these are the two postulates we have looked into. Next theorem is x ORed with itself is x. Similarly, x ANDed with x is equal to x. So we will prove that. Next, the second theorem is x ORed with 1 is equal to 1. Whereas here x ORed with 0 is equal to x, whereas x ORed with 1 is always 1. Similarly, x ANDed with 0 is always 0. Unlike here, x ANDed with 1 is always equal to x. All right, that is the theorem number 2. Next is the theorem number 3, is called the involution theorem. That means you take the variable x, complement that, and again complement that, you get back the actual x. So x double complement is equal to x. That is what is the involution theorem. Next postulate is a commutative. That means whether you OR x with y or y with x, you get the same answer. Similarly, if you extend this for the AND operation, x ANDed with y or y ANDed with x, you get the same result. The next theorem is the associative property, that is x ORed with the result of y or z is same as the result of x or y ORed with z. Okay, so this is the associative property. So similarly, for the AND operation, x ANDed with result of y and z is same as the result of y and x ANDed with z. So this is the associative property based on that theorem. The next postulate is the distributive. So here the bracket with no sign indicates it's a AND operation. So x ANDed with the result of y or z is equal to x and y ORed with x or z. Similarly, x ORed with y and z is same as x or y ANDed with x or z. So this x, so this is a distributive postulate. So we can remember this. It is helpful in solving and reducing many of the Boolean expressions. The next theorem is called the De Morgan's theorem, that is theorem number 5. So here we have the OR operation of x and y, I mean x ORed with y. So the result is complemented. So that result is same as the x complement ANDed with y complement. So this is De Morgan's theorem. Similarly, x ANDed with y, if you take the result and complement, that is same as obtaining the x complement odd with y complement. So we will prove all these theorems. The last theorem is the absorption theorem, where x odd with xy will be equal to x. So that means y is absorbed here. That is why it is called as absorption theorem. So it should be of this form: x odd with xy, x and with x and y. Then x will be the resultant and y will be absorbed. Similarly, when you have the x or y ANDed with x, the result of x or y ANDed with x, so that will be equal to x. So here again the y, the x or y is absorbed. So that will be the result. Now let us prove the theorem number 1a, which is x OR with x is equal to x. Let us prove this. So we know that x OR x we want to try to prove. So that we are simply multiplying or ANDing it with 1. So when we are ANDing it with 1, and we know that 1 is nothing but x odd with x complement. So this 1, we are going to write it as x odd with x complement. And now we multiply term by term. So here, when we multiply x and x is x. And again, you get 3 terms, x and x, x and x. And those are the 2 terms with this x. And then x complement and x complement and x. So we get 4 terms. So x we get 2 times, and x complement we get 2 times. So we get the final result as x, and we know that x and x is x itself, right? And x odd with x is x itself. So we get the result here as x odd with x. The result of this, that is x and x complement, will be equal to 0, and so x plus 0 will be equal to x. So therefore we get the result. So this is the proof that x odd with itself is equal to x. Next theorem is x ANDed with itself is also x. So we have x ANDed with x is written as x into x plus 0. So anything you add 0, it will not disturb the equation. So we are simply adding 0. So what is 0 according to the AND property? So we know that x, the postulate x and x complement is equal to 0. So therefore we are bringing x and x complement there instead of 0. Now we take out x as a common factor, so we end up with x or x complement. And you know that x odd with x complement is equal to 1. So therefore this is x ANDed with 1, which will be equal to 1. So that will be the result. So next is theorem number 2, which is x odd with 1 is equal to 1. So let us prove this. So for this 1, we are simply multiplying on, x odd with 1, we are simply multiplying with 1, and you know that anything multiplied by 1, the result remains the same. So next, this 1, we are going to again split it as x odd with x complement. So we have seen that x odd with x complement is equal to 1. So therefore, we are bringing that x and x complement there, x or x complement. So next, when we multiply term by term, we get x odd with x complement and 1. So this will be the result. Next, when we multiply x complement ANDed with 1, what is the, it depends, anything ANDed with 1 will be the variable itself. That depends on the variable, right? So therefore, this will be x odd with x complement. This will be equal to 1. Next theorem is the x ANDed with 0, which will be equal to 0. So this is by duality, this theorem will be proved. So what will be the precedence of the Boolean expression and how do we evaluate? So what will be the operator precedence? So first you have to take care of the parentheses, then you have to take care of the not operation, then and operation, and finally will be the or operation. So that will be the precedence, order of precedence in the Boolean expressions. Okay, that is one extra information. Okay, next let us prove the other theorem, theorem number 6a, which is, so as we know, A is related to the ORing operation and B is related to the ANDing operation. Okay, so theorem 6a is x ORed with x and y is equal to x. So let us prove this. So for this x, we'll simply bring in 1. So when we multiply 1 and x, we get 1, I mean x itself. So therefore, we take out x as a common factor in both of this. So you get 1 or y. And you know that when 1 is odd with y, the result will be 1 itself. It doesn't depend upon y. So therefore, we get x and 1, and that will be equal to x. So therefore, the absorption property x odd with xy is equal to x. So y is absorbed. So let us extend this to the AND operation. So x ANDed with x or y is equal to x. So this is by duality. We can prove this. All right. So if you consider x and y, we will write the truth table for that. So x is 0, y is 0. There are the 4 combinations x and y can take. So when x is 0, y is 0, x is 0, y is 1, x is 1, y is 0, and x is 1, y is 1. So both x and y are binary variables. So that means it can take only 2 states, 0 or 1. So what will be x ANDed with y? So x and y. So 0 and 0 is 0, 0 and 1 is 0, 1 and 0 is also 0, 1 and 1 is 1. Now let us take, what is this? X odd with xy. So you get the result. So this is xy, this is x. So we can check the result here. So the x, so 0 or 0 is 0, 0 or 0 is 0, and 1 or 0 is 1, and 1 or 1 is 1. So you see that x or xy, whatever the result we have got, is same as x. So this is a proof that x or xy is equal to x. So similarly, we can extend the proof for the 6b by duality. All right. Now let us simplify some Boolean expressions by reducing the number of literals. So literals is the terms in that. Okay, so first is x ANDed with x complement or y. So when we multiply term by term, we get x ANDed with x complement or with xy. So x and x complement is equal to 0. So the result will be equal to xy. So this, the, from 3 terms and 2 operations, we have reduced to two literals, and I mean literal is this whole term. So we had 2 operations, one OR operation, one, in fact 3, one complement, one OR, and one AND operation, and 3 variable positions, x, x complement, y. So now it's reduced to only 2. So this, by reducing, by using the Boolean laws or the Boolean algebra, we have reduced it to xy. The next, x odd with x complement y. Now, from the previous understanding, this from the absorption, we have seen this x odd with x complement y is equal to x or x complement ANDed with x or y. So therefore, if you further simplify, when you multiply both of this, so this is nothing but x or x complement, the result is 1, and x or y. So we have reduced the x complement operation and we have reduced it to x or y. All right, so next we have x or y, and this is similar to this expression here, but here it is y, x and x complement. So but this is a little different. Okay, so if you multiply term by term, you get 4 terms. X into x ANDed with x is x itself, and xy bar, or xy complement, and y complement. So y complement will be equal to 0, and in this, by using the absorption law, this will turn out to be x, and similarly we can use the absorption law and the whole term will just reduce to x. All right, so the next problem, xy odd with x complement z odd with yz. So the result, when you uh, take this here, so in xy, x complement z, and we have yz. So we will bring in the x and x complement here. So because x odd with x complement is equal to 1, so you're multiplying by yz. And so why we are doing that, we want to bring in the xyz in the terms so that it looks more even, and we can apply uh, the absorption loss. So xy is here and xyz is here. So when you take out xy as a common factor, you get 1 or z, and you know this will be out. 1 or z will be equal to 1. And similarly, you have x bar z or x complement z and x complement z and y. So when you take out x complement z, so the absorption law, z and y are eliminated, and the 3 terms is now reduced to only 2 terms in the equation. All right, the last problem, let us see x odd with y. That product is ANDed with x complement z, x complement or z ANDed with y or z. Okay, so here by duality we can take out this, and the result will be x or y ANDed with x complement z. Just like here it is, similarly we can resolve that output. Next, how do we find the complement of a function? So if you have a or b or c, we want to find the complement of that. So for that, let us treat a or b b or c as x, or we can treat anything. Let us take here, for example, we are only knowing only 2 literal operation. So let us start with 2 literal operation. So therefore we call this as x, a or with x complement. So what is x? X is nothing but b or c. So when we put that, so we get, this is by De Morgan's theorem, we have a or x whole complement is a complement ANDed with x complement. So therefore the result will be a complement and ANDed with x complement. What is x complement? It is b or c complement, b or c the whole complement. So therefore when you again apply the De Morgan theorem inside the bracket here for this, So you get this as B complement C complement. So therefore, the product will be A complement, B complement, C complement. So now let us solve some problems. Find the complements of these two functions f1, which is equal to x complement y z complement, or x complement y complement z. That is the first function, and f2 is the second function. Let us take one by one. So first we want to find out f1 complement. So f1 complement is take f1 function and apply the complement to the whole. So wherever there is a AND operation, it will be turned into an OR operation, and wherever OR operation is there, that will turn to a AND operation. So this is as good as writing. Uh, Sometimes we can write it as a complement, or you can write it as a bar. So when we take this complement inside, so this is nothing but x complement y z, or we can talk in terms of bar. So complement or bar, so x bar y z bar, and or x bar y bar z. So this whole is under the bar. So when you split this, so this will be okay. So when we split this, we will, yeah. So when we split this, the, as I said, the OR operation will become an AND operation. So it's become ANDed. And so this whole thing we have to complement. So that is x bar y z bar, or x complement y z complement whole complement. And this OR operation has become AND operation, and this whole term will be treated as one, and that whole complement. Now again, you take the complement inside, and wherever there is the OR AND operation, that will become OR operation. So by applying, by De Morgan's theorem, we apply. So this x complement and another complement. So we have seen the identity or the postulate, x double complement will be equal to x. So therefore, this will turn out to be x, or what, y complement, or z, because z double complement will be equal to z. And here in these terms, it will be x or y or z complement. So that will be the complement of f1. So that is called the f1 complement. Next, let us find out what is the f2 complement. So f2 function is equal to x, the Boolean expression, f2 is equal to x of y dash z dash or y z. So when we take the complement, so you have to take the f2 function and whole complement. And when we take the complement inside the bracket, so as I said, how the operation works, first the complement, uh, first the bracket, and then the AND operation, then the OR, then the NOT operation, then the AND operation, and last is the OR operation, right? So that will be the order of precedence. So now when we take the complement inside the bracket, so this, there's an AND operation between this bracket term and this x term here. So that will become an OR operation. So this whole thing is inside a bracket. So they are retained as it is, and the complement is applied for that. So when you further simplify that, this OR operation will become an AND operation here, and we have this x complement z complement whole complement, and this term is y z, the whole complement. So the result will be, when you further simplify, this will be equal to x complement or y z complement, and so on. So now we see that reducing or simplifying the expression is quite laborious and quite lengthy. So therefore, we are been using the duals. So we can simply use the duals and find the complements. So if this is a f1 is the expression, then the dual of f1 is the complement of that. So that means, so you take the dual of f1, that is in the ANDed form. This is in the odd form. This is in the added form. Wherever, that is wherever there is the AND operation, it will be replaced with an OR operation, and wherever there is an OR operation, that will be replaced with the AND operation. So that is what is the dual of F1. All right. Next, we take the dual of F1 and then complement each literal to get F dash. So that will be the another way of obtaining the F complement of any function. Similarly, let us try for the second one. So first is the expression. Find out, first is the given equation F2. For that, find the dual. That means wherever AND is there, you replace with OR, and wherever OR is there, you replace with AND. All right. So here there is an AND operation, OR operation, AND operation. So this OR, AND is replaced with OR. So this AND is replaced with OR. This OR is replaced with and this AND is replaced with OR operation. Now for this, the next step is we have to take the complement of each literals. Literals means each variables here. So therefore, we are, when you take a complement, so the x complement and this will be y double complement will be equal to y, z double complement is equal to z, and y complement and z complement. So that will be the way, another alternate way of taking the complements. Okay, so in this session, we had looked into the basic theorems, that is the Boolean algebra, and we had looked into how we can simplify by using the properties, by using the postulates and theorems. We've also shown the derivation, rather the proof of the theorems. So those were some of the topics that we considered in this session. In the next session, we will look into the canonical forms and standard forms. So how we can represent the Boolean equations in the canonical form and the standard form. So that will be the next topic. Thank you.